Measure starts this week to better preserve our iconic Garden of the Gods in the future. Technical climbers are no longer allowed to use any type of chalk or chalk substitute at the garden. Bill FOLSOM looking into what's behind the change live at Garden of the Gods tonight. Bill.
Yeah, Elizabeth, the history of climbing, it runs deep here in southern Colorado. Here at Garden of the Gods, it's one of the original destinations for technical climbers. And climbers here today were telling me about a man in his 80s who lives down in Pueblo who was once involved in gymnastics, used chalk in his hands. When he transferred and started going into climbing, they say he's the one that introduced chalk to the sport of climbing. Most climbers, they do use chalk on their hands these days, but no more here at Garden of the Gods. Most show up to enjoy the views. For decades, there's also a group who've seen a challenge they want to climb.
With the history of the garden here being one of the first climbing areas in the country.
This and the Flatirons in Boulder were the first places people went rock climbing.
Brian Shelton and Stewart Green started climbing at Garden of the Gods as kids. Decades later, it's still a favorite. Now the two, who are founding members of the Pikes Peak Climbers Alliance, want to ensure climbing continues here.
Well, what we're looking at here is chalk.
It's considered standard gear. Like I would say that 90% of climbers climb with a chalk bag or some sort of chalk.
It helps dry, sweaty hands to improve grip. Both men use it, but not at Garden of the Gods.
Us at the Pikes Peak Climbers Alliance over the past 10 years or so, we've had a few chalk cleaning days out here.
And the chalk is white, and you can see it from a long way away.
The rock gets caked with chalk. Sandstone has a lot of pores in it, and it absorbs the chalk into the rock, so it's just about impossible to clean off.
Climber experience and observation grew into a collaboration with Colorado Springs Parks, a shared decision to prohibit chalk at Garden of the Gods.
Really, this is an effort of us all coming together to help educate why this is an important issue.
There is the suggestion of a grip option right at the base of the rock formations that is an exact color match.
Let's leave the chalk bags at home, use a little bit of dirt on the ground, and that's how we do it at the garden from now on.
So now we add chalk. There's also been traffic issues here, people staying on trails. They're all things that are being addressed here, little things that come together that make a big difference for the sustainability of this park as it continues to grow in popularity. Watching out for you, Colorado Springs, Bill FOLSOM, News 5.